Hello to all of you dear friends. I hope you are all well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to channel, Freedom in Humanity. Please subscribe to my channel after watching the video. This video is the 10th part of the subject of God's prophets. This video is about the prophet of God Jacob. Please stay with us until the end of this video. Jacob or Israel is the son of Isaac, the grandson of Abraham and one of the divine prophets whose name is mentioned in the Quran. Islamic sources cite the fact that Yusuf's brothers interceded with God to prove that it is permissible to resort to a non-God. Jacob died in Egypt at the age of 147, and according to his will, his body was transferred from Egypt and buried in the cave of Machpelah in the city of Hebron, Palestine. Jacob's character and family. Jacob was the son of Isaac, the grandson of Abraham and one of the prophets of God. He went to his uncle Laban in a town called Phadan Aram, where he spent some time as a shepherd and married his two cousins. Of course, according to the verses of the Quran, marriage to two sisters was permissible before Islam. But in some news, Jacob has taken his second sister after the death of his first wife. He had 12 sons by his wives. Joseph and Benjamin were born to Rachel. The Quran also tells the story of Jacob's blindness, who wept for many years after the disappearance of his son Joseph and lost his sight. Annunciation of Jacob. In the Quran, God announces the good news of the birth of Isaac and Jacob to Abraham. The name of Jacob is mentioned 16 times in the Quran and the name of Israel is mentioned twice. The Quran also tells the story of Jacob's children and says that when Joseph's brothers repented of their mistake, instead of asking God for forgiveness directly, they mediated Jacob and asked him to ask God for forgiveness for them. Jacob complains to God. Muslim narrators point to the distress of Jacob away from his son Yusuf, citing the negligence of Jacob and his family at the request of a hungry poor man. Some other narrations have referred to Jacob's patience and complaint and quoted a prayer from Jacob which he addressed, "I express my sorrow and grief only to God," and in the sense of good patience. Patience means that man should say his complaint and complaint of problems to God, not people like Jacob who said, "I tell God my complaint." Israel Torah. The Torah tells various stories about Jacob. One of these is the story of Jacob being called Israel. The Torah quotes that the angel of God said to Jacob after the ship, "It is dawn and I must go," but Jacob said, "I will not allow it unless you pray for me." The divine angel said to him, "What is your name?" Said Jacob. He said, "Because you fought with the angels and with the people and you won, you are no longer named Jacob and you will be called Israel." Died and burial place. After finding his son Joseph, Jacob emigrated to Egypt and lived there for some time. Before his death, he gathered his children and instructed them to follow the religion of his ancestor Ibrahim and confess to him. Thank you dear friends for watching this video. Please support me by subscribing, liking, activating notifications for future videos, your comments, and introducing this channel to your friends. Be happy in any case. Freedom in Humanity.